So I'm going to show you in this video how to post your wiki. So here I have my wiki in a Word document, which is the suggested format that I would suggest to you. Now, granted, this is not a real, full-blown wiki, because you should have resources and references. In other words, works cited. You should actually reference, different authors. Like you might want to say Smith, 2010 or something, and then at the bottom of your document you should reference who that is and the link you found the information from, or the textbook or article, the periodical, whatever. Excuse me. So notice that I do have a few images. You may have graphs, or you may even have a video, things like that, and that's fine. But in my document, I'm just giving you a very, very basic example. Yours is probably going to be way better than this. But here I have a few images and then content. This is just filler content. It's not real content. So basically I'm going to show you how you would take this from a Word document and put it in your wiki on the classroom website. So here I have an example wiki. This is an old class. It's not an active class anymore. But whenever you go to the wiki, it will look very similar to this. You can minimize this area, and then you can click on Create Wiki Page. What I would like you to do is please type in your name, as well as your selected number of your topic, as well as the topic itself. So mine, I'm just basically saying how to turn on a computer, and that's not a real topic, of course, but just trying to give you an example. And then I'm simply going to take my content, so I can copy all of this. So I'm going to copy all this content, and I'm going to paste this in my wiki. So all I did was I just selected all of it, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it down inside the wiki. So there we go. There's my content. But you'll notice that what's missing is the actual content of the images. So now I have a minor problem, and that's because the images in Word are actually part of the Word file. Here in the wiki, I'm dealing with an HTML file, or a web file basically, and the web works a little bit differently with images. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have saved this image. Now if you didn't save the image, if you just copied and pasted it into Word, you can still do that, but it's going to be a little bit trickier on how to do that. You could do save as picture, and then you could save the image as a JPEG, GIF, maybe even a PNG. Either way, you have to obtain a copy of the file itself, that image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert that image, because I do have saved versions of these two images. So I'm going to insert them at the particular place where I'd like to insert them. So here I'm putting my insertion point after the second paragraph, because let's say that's where I want to put it. So my insertion point is here. I click on Insert Edit Image. I now have to navigate on my computer to find where that file is saved. So now I've saved mine down inside. Where did I save it? It's down inside 212. Here it is, and here's that image. And I click on Insert. And sure, yeah, I just didn't get an image description. Probably should do that. Just say power button. This is really more of an HTML editing thing. It's not really that big of a deal, but I'm going to insert the image, and there it is. Now clearly that's a little bit big. I can then shrink it down if I want, make it more manageable. Let's say I want to insert the other image, same process. I have to browse where the file is saved. Here's the file, and I'm just going to say laptop just to save time. It's not really what I would call it, and there's the second image. So let's say that I'm done editing my wiki, I'm happy with how it looks, everything else is great. Now by the way, if you did want to insert a video, the best way to do that would be to use a mashup. Most of the time your video is going to be a YouTube video. It may be Flickr, or maybe you have like a Vimeo video, that kind of thing. If you actually have a copy of the video itself, you would insert it through this method, this button. If you know anything about HTML, you can actually go into the HTML itself and edit it directly, but that's not a requirement. Anyway, so once I'm done, I would just simply click Submit, and I should see my video, or excuse me, my wiki appear over here on the right-hand side. You may find that you have to scroll over at the bottom to see your actual wiki appear on the right-hand side. But if I have to change my mode to student mode. You can see that I can just simply edit the wiki. You're probably not going to be able to delete it. So if you find you have a problem and you want to delete it, just let me know and I can delete it. You can always just post it again and just put John Doe version 2 or something. It doesn't matter to me. But I can delete it as the instructor. I'm able to delete the wiki. And that's pretty much it. So basically what will happen is you should be able to see your classmates' wikis as well as your own. And that's just a simple example of how to post your wiki. So if you have any questions, email me, you know how to reach me, and I'm looking forward to seeing your presentations.